Right, so we've got another one of Leonard Mascall's traps from his book. This one is a rat trap. I'll read you what it says in the book and then I'll run through it. So it says, a latch trap for the water rat, to be made of board with a hole pinned against the rat hole in the banks of brooks, pools or rivers. The latch must be set no wider but 2 inches and a half high, so that they must creep through when comes in or out. It may be set within the water and above the water, where commonly they lie about all day and come out towards night. So that is it. That's the only explanation they give in the book. I had to do one little modification on this trap, and that is just there is a nail to create a pivot for the top one. Well, in the original picture it seems as though these 2 bits of wood are just laid there, but when I tried it that wouldn't work. He may have missed part of it out or something, or a nail might have been, underneath this piece of wood. So I've tried to replicate it, as close to what I could understand it, just basically from the picture. I think, to be honest, if you was actually going to use this, you may need to scale it up a bit more. This might work on a mouse, but maybe not a rat. I think it's got to be scaled up bigger. So basically what you've got is this one has got a weight on it. Now it didn't explain at all what this weight was. You could tell it was a weight is what it meant on the picture. So I've put one of Luke's lead weights that he makes. He gave me that, so I've put that on there as the weight to bring that bar down. Inside you can just see the tops of them, there's nails sticking up. That's what I assumed Leonard Mascall had done, was put nails there. It may have been better if the nails had been on this side, here, but I wanted to try and make the trap look as much, like the picture as I could. So I gather the idea is you make this trap like this, and then I don't know whether these holes have got to be bigger, probably bigger than this. There's a hole each corner, and what you would do, you'd find a rat hole and then put this over the top of the rat hole, so that part is over the rat hole. Then the rat comes through, stands on that one, and the weight comes down and pins him to the nails, I assume. So what I'd done is, first of all I got the board and then I drilled the main hole out, and then I'll show you how I've put the nails in later, but I kind of hammered the nails in sideways and put a couple of staples in to hold them there. Then carve these bits of wood. They don't need to have these points on them or anything like that, but that's how the picture was, so I did it like that, kind of just put points on them, and they're shaved insides as well. So I'll move the camera around in a minute so you can see it all. Same to this one but slightly longer. Carve these sticks. I don't suppose this needs a bulbous part on it here. You could just do it one straight piece of wood, and the weight, that's the bit of wood has got a hole drilled through it, and the nail has been put through, nailed all the way through the lead, and then just bent over. So like I said, I think it needs to be scaled up a bit more really if you're going to make it work on rats, which is what it's intended for. So the rat would come in, and as he's trying to get through, he'd stand on this, and then this should come down and then crush him against the nails. Yeah, so you get the idea. But I think really it needs either a bit more weight and the whole thing to be made slightly bigger. So you can see there just about, I hope, how I did the nails on the back. I'll show you the sides. So you can see down there how that is set up. And I've just shaved them like that. And the same that side. So like I said, the only thing I think I changed really was that. I put a nail in there. But apart from that, it's essentially the same. I'll show you setting it up. It's quite awkward. But some of the bits, like including this part, I did it how the picture was. But I think you could get away with just a straight piece. It doesn't have to have this bulbous part, you know. I suppose that makes it easier to drill, but not necessarily. You could probably make a very similar trap to this quite easily, you know, but with just more simple parts, you know, just bits of wood rather than carved and all that. So now the awkward part. I find this is quite a hard to set trap. Because I've made it just like the picture, I think it makes it slightly harder. It'll probably work right this time. See, it wants to flip that way. And when it does that, it gets jammed. Rat comes through the back here, stands on this to get through, and then gets caught. Pins down against the nails. Now, like I said, it would probably be better if the nails was on this side, not the back. Because if a rat went through there, got caught with this, all them nails is going to do is actually just jam into his guts, which you probably want to go into his neck. So if you put the nails this side, it would be better. But I wanted to make the trap look like the original. So another one of Leonard Mascall's traps. You can see the size of it a bit more now. You know, we're talking, I've got a ruler in here somewhere. It had no measurements in the book, not that I could see. So this one is about 10, you know, the board is 10 inches by 6 inches. The hole is about 1.5 inches. These parts are about 8 inches. And then these two are 5 and 3.5 inches. Oh, and this part is 2 inches long. So I think personally you'd want to scale it up. Get the hole, what did I say the hole was? Just under 2. Maybe get the hole 2.5 inches and then scale everything up a bit bigger. Nails on this side, not on the back, or do both. Put some nails that side and this side. Or if you could get some out down in the middle of the hole, you know. So that is one option. You could have drilled holes, put nails up all the way through underneath. Probably what I should have done. But that's another one of Leonard Mascall's traps. I've got quite a few more to do, and I'll do the others as well. Quite some weird, interesting ones, and there's a few which is very similar to this as well. But figuring them out is quite hard because, like this one, there's no explanation to it whatsoever. The picture, luckily, is easy enough to tell from the picture, in my opinion, and some of the others are as well. So soon I'll get onto them ones as well. And I've also got another book which has got some really good traps in, and that's called, I think it's called The History of Fowling by H.A. Macpherson. It's quite an old book, but no way as old as Traps and Engines. This Traps and Engines is 1590. History of Fowling is 1800s. And funny enough, it's got a load of Leonard Mascalls ones in it. His is like a compilation, and his has got a load of Leonard Mascalls ones and his pictures. He gives full credit to him for it, and various other ones from other books or what people have drawn pictures for him, you know, according to the book. Right, so cheers for watching, and I'll see you later.